Okay. So, as I was saying, everyone knows today's topic, and I'm specially conducting this webinar because there are a lot of school owners who have been calling me or texting me and asking me in terms of how they can start collecting the school fees online. Okay. Now, more than online, what I would insist on is one is the payment gateway. But apart from that, in today's situation, there's a need wherein you can offer your parents, you need to offer your parents an installment option. Okay. Because no one is right now in a condition to pay the whole fees. Okay. So if you help them out by offering them an installment option, there are chances that most of them would be ready to pay the fees. Okay. So for this thing, initially you will first have to get yourself registered on a particular platform. Okay. Which is the name of the platform is InstaMojo. Okay. This is a payment gateway. Okay. It's not a wallet. It is not like a typical Paytm or GPay, that kind of thing. This is a regular payment gateway, but there's zero registration cost on this. Okay. Now, in order to get registered, there are a few 4 to 5 steps that you will have to follow, right from signing up for the InstaMojo account and followed by a few document verifications. So I'll take you through each of them. Okay. I think a few of them have already signed up for InstaMojo, but I'll still cover right from the first step, that is signing up for the InstaMojo account. So I hope you all are able to see my screen. I'll just unmute you all for a while so that I can just check if everyone is able to hear me.
Google.
Okay, so is everyone able to see my screen? The Google.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. So
Yes.
I'll what you guys can do is just have a notepad and pen handy. So if in case there are any kind of queries throughout the session, you can just note them down. At the I'll just add a few. I'll just keep some time so that wherein I can take up questions from you all. Yeah. So I'm putting you all on mute again. Okay. So to start with, the very first thing that you will have to do is go to this website, the InstaMojo website, that is instamojo.com. Okay, I'll be sharing a link later on for this portal as well. Now, once you have, let me just sign out first. Yeah. So now, once you are on the InstaMojo website, if you haven't yet registered, the first thing that you will have to do is get yourself registered. So click on sign up. Okay. Now, make sure that whenever you log in into this or whenever you sign up for this, you are signing up with your school Gmail ID. Okay. So here I have created one sample email ID which I'm going to use now. Okay, so make sure it's a Gmail account and make sure that it is that Gmail account which you are regularly checking. So this is just a sample email account I have created. I'm going to just to show you all. So once you put in your choose a password and simply sign up as a business. Okay, so now one thing that it will ask you, the first step is, because this platform is very secure, okay, you will have to verify your phone number. Okay, so here I'm just going to put my and click on send OTP. Now you will receive an SMS with the OTP. once you put that OTP and click on verify, your number would be verified, and then it will start. And now let's come to these 5 steps which you need to follow in order to get yourself completely registered on InstaMojo. So followed with the first thing, you'll have to choose whether you are getting this account done for collecting payments or you have an online store. So all of them here are own schools, so there won't be any kind of an online store. So let's continue with payments right now. Now InstaMojo will ask you to set up a name. Okay, so for right now it has also suggested me 2 names according to the email address. Okay, so right now I'm going to just choose. I'm making up a brand called as ABC Preschool. So I'll ABC Preschool Mumbai. Okay, so I'm just randomly putting up this name, and I'll then click on. It will also tell us if this name is available or not. Okay, so this is already taken. So yeah, so I've kept it as ABC Preschool Mumbai, short form of Mumbai, MUM. Okay, now the second step, this is again a very important step. Here you need to first know that whether you are an individual or you are a registered company. If in case you are an individual, it will ask you whether you are a proprietor or not. If you are a private limited or a trust or anything else, you need to click on the registered organization. Okay, and then choose whichever kind of company you are, if it's a partnership firm, if it's a limited liability or whatever. Just understand one thing, if in case you're clicking on registered organization, then there might be additional few steps in terms of getting your documents and the bank details verified. So just be ready for it. As of now, I'm clicking on individual, and if you are a proprietor, you can just click on yes. Right now because it's a trial thing I'm doing, I'm clicking on no. Then go to the next step. Okay, now in the step 3, you will have to choose the business category. So here I'm going to choose education and jobs as the business category, and then in the subcategory you can choose schools. Okay, now it will ask you for an approximate annual turnover. So what I know is around, for a preschool which is like maybe 2-year-old, the annual turnover can somewhere be between 1 to 10 lakhs or 10 to 50 lakhs. So let me just click as 1 to 10 lakhs right now. How old is your business? So you can choose if it's a new business or if you've recently created. Here I'm selecting it as 1 to 2 years. It can be anything. Followed by number of employees. So, and then it will ask you if you have a website. So if in case you are having an independent website, you can choose yes. Right now I'm going to click it as no. If you click yes, it will just ask for the URL. If you click no, it won't ask. It will just ask you to write a basic description of the school. So what I've done here is I have already typed in some description. Okay, and I'm going to use the same here. Okay, so I've just mentioned, this is not compulsory, but yeah, just to make sure that your profile looks good, you put in this details and then click on next. Okay, now it's taking us to the step 4. Yeah, now this is again a very important step, because whatever information you put here, if it's not the right information, there are chances that InstaMojo might not verify your account. So now I'm going to put in my PAN details. Okay, when you sign up, please ensure that you are entering your PAN details, and then I have actually kept this information ready because I wanted to do this Zoom session. So now suppose if you have chosen as a private limited company, as a registered company, when we were at the step 1, then you will have to ensure that you put in the PAN card number of the company. Okay, even if you are a proprietor and if you are the school is under your name, then ensure that you are putting that PAN number which you have used for your business, for registering your business. Okay, now there might be a PAN card which could be in the name of the company, or if you are a proprietor, the PAN card would be as same as you. So just ensure that whatever correct details you have, you are entering that. Okay, so address you can have, I'm just going to mention as Mumbai here. State Maharashtra. Mention your code, and if you are already registered under the GST, you just mention your GST here. But I don't think so. Most of the schools are registered. If you are a private limited, definitely you will have a GST number. But as of now, I'm leaving this blank. Anyway, that's optional. Now it asks you, what do you sell? So in our case, in a school, it's always going to be services. Okay. Once you're done with this, click on next. Okay. Now the last step, again, a very important step here. It is going to ask you your bank account details, because whatever money you collect, okay, whatever amount you're collecting from parents through this payment gateway, it is going to be transferred to this account. Okay, so again, just make sure that whatever name you've chosen while putting up the PAN details, the account number should also be in the same name. So right now, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to put in my account details. Okay. This is my personal account, and then the IFSC code. So just remember, whenever you start registering for this platform, you have all this information ready with you. Okay. Now, once you've put in all the details, I'm clicking on accept terms and create account. So that's it, guys. By simply following these 5 steps, you are now ready to, you are already registered on this payment gateway. Okay. But you will not be able to still start collecting payments. Reason being, there's still additional verification that needs to be done. Okay, so as soon as you've completed the 5 steps, there will be one pop-up which appears which says click here to upload your documents to enable payments on your account. So let me show you. It's again a 2 to 3 minute process. Okay, now for this, to upload your documents, there are 2 documents that you need to be ready with. One is a scanned copy of your PAN card. Okay, and then the second thing is you'll have to be ready with the last 6 months bank statement of the account that you've registered for. Okay, so okay, again, now under the KYC there are 3 steps. So first, it will ask you, help us understand your business better. List up 5 products, services that you would like to sell. So now, most probably you will be collecting payments for your 5 classes. So I'm going to just put them here, playgroup, and you can just have a random amount here. This is not going to be seen anywhere. So I'm just going to put it as, say, playgroup 30,000, nursery 32,000, junior KG as 35, your KG again as 35,000, and then the fifth one I can add as daycare. Okay, so I'll keep it as 8,000. So don't worry, you can have any random numbers here. This is not going to show up anywhere. So then click on upload your documents. Now, in the third step, it will ask you to upload the scanned copy of your PAN card. So now if you see, I had entered this PAN card number and this was my PAN card. So my name is appearing. You will have to upload the exact same PAN card which has these details. Okay. And you cannot change, it clearly says that changing PAN card later is not permitted. So make sure you're uploading the same PAN card. So I'm going to choose here. Yeah, and then second document that you need to upload is, it says upload your latest bank statement for the account number. This is my account number. And you can even upload a photocopy, a scanned copy, or a PDF. The only requirement is that whatever account details you've mentioned here in this while signing up, the same account details should be visible. So your name, your address, and account number must be visible on the file you upload. So again, I have already downloaded a bank statement to my internet banking for the last 6 months. So I'm going to upload it here. Okay. Now in some cases the PDF, the bank statements might come with a password. Okay. So if in case your PDF, the statement is protected with a password, just click on this line and enter the password here. Okay, so that they'll be able to access the file. Now once you upload both these documents, just click on submit for review. Okay, so now we have successfully submitted the documents, and it says that thanks for submitting your documents. We'll review them and get back to you in 2 days. Okay, so now they'll take 2 days. Generally it happens in a day, but now there are two things. Either all the documents would be verified and you will be able to start using full experience on InstaMojo, or there are chances that there might be some errors. Okay, so the errors can be like maybe the document name and the information that you have submitted is not matching. Okay, or maybe the picture you have clicked is not very much visible. So they'll always send you a mail and also show the message here why they have not verified. If in case you are not able to understand, you can also anytime click here. Okay, they have a live chat option, so you can simply ask a question here and start a live chat, and they'll be always there to assist you. Okay, so now let's go to our dashboard. Okay, so now once you've already registered for InstaMojo and you have also uploaded your documents, next part would be to set up your profile. So click here and click on settings. All this you will have to do. The sign up process needs to be done from a desktop or a laptop. Okay, because the interface that I'm showing you right now is a laptop version. So later on you can start using their InstaMojo app, but right now in order to get registered and upload the documents, you will have to use the desktop version. Now let's go through all these settings one by one. Most of them are already filled up. So if you see email, this is the email address with which you have registered, your mobile number, the password, and this is your account, ABC Preschool Mumbai. So that's already done. Now let's move on to the payment settings. Okay, now a very important part, I want you all to pay attention here. See, what happens here is InstaMojo doesn't charge you any kind of amount to get yourself registered. Okay, because it's a free payment gateway. How InstaMojo earns is that they will, on every transaction that you do through InstaMojo, whatever amount, they'll charge some percentage on that amount. So I'll tell you what percentage it is. So just check here. So for example, if you are collecting rupees 100, okay, from a parent through a link, InstaMojo's generally charges 3% on whatever amount you take. Okay, so 3% of 100 rupees would be rupees 3. Additionally, on every transaction, it will take rupees 3. So no matter if it's 100 rupees or 10,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees, it will add this 3 rupees on every transaction. Okay, plus GST. So if you see, when you collect 100 rupees, 3 rupees is the 3% of their commission, plus 3 rupees is their transaction charge. So it becomes 106 rupees. Okay, and then obviously InstaMojo will have to pay GST. So the 6 rupees that they are charging, on that there would be an additional GST amount that would be calculated at 18%. So which is 1.1 rupees. So in all, amount collected, okay, would be 107 rupees. Now, let me take back to you. Let me take, yeah. So now suppose there is an option wherein you can either have this additional fee paid yourself, or you can transfer this amount to the client. So for example, if you are enabling this, okay, so what it says here, that whenever you send a link, so for example, if you are sending a link to the client of to pay rupees 100, okay, now out of this 100 rupees, 7 rupees is going to be the additional fees that InstaMojo charges. This 7 rupees will be collected from the client, so that ultimately what happens is when the payout happens in your account, the 7 rupees would be deducted and you will get the full 100 rupees. Okay, now if in case you are switching this tab, as you are switching off this tab, in that case what happens is InstaMojo will anyways collect 100 rupees from the client, but this 7 rupees will be deducted from your 100 rupees, and ultimately the payout that happens to your account is going to be only 93 rupees. Okay, so you have an option of whether to put this load of additional fees on your end or at the client end. So it completely depends on you how you do it. So generally I keep this feature on. So if you've seen, even when we collected the money in the 299 rupees, there was an additional 10 rupee charge which was shown as convenience charge when you did the payment, when you made the payment through InstaMojo. So that is that amount which was the additional fees of InstaMojo. Faster payout fees, this is right now it's not eligible because we are not yet verified, but what this says is that generally InstaMojo takes 3 banking days to pay out the amount. So today if someone pays me through InstaMojo, after 3 banking days this amount will be credited to my account after deducting the fees. So if in case you want same day payout or the next day payout, you can always click here, but then again there's an additional percentage that InstaMojo will charge. So I would suggest just keep this off and let the amount come to your account after 3 days. Okay. NEFT bank transfer is just an additional feature that they have offered, but it has nothing to do. I mean, I never use it because what it says is if in case some client is not okay to make an online transfer through net banking or something like that, then you can simply copy paste your bank account details to them, and they can actually get that bank account registered and do a NEFT transfer. So if you're having a payment gateway, then there's no need of this bank transfer thing. So I'm going to keep it off. Okay. Then the next setting is the payout setting. Now here, this is again, it's already filled up because we have already submitted the bank details. Okay. So this says that the amount, whatever you collect through InstaMojo, would be credited to this particular account. Now the profile setting. Now here, as a profile picture, make sure you are uploading your logo. So I have just created a sample profile picture here. Now this name is that name which is going to be seen by a client while he makes the payment. Okay, so for example, when you make a payment to my course from the InstaMojo payment gateway, what you see is preschool coach, paying to preschool coach. So here that name is what you need to mention. So I'm going to put it as preschool, ABC preschool. And again, you can have a bit of description like about your school. Okay, and then location, Mumbai, and then click on update profile. Okay, so now the profile picture is updated, the content and the location is updated. Then the next would be the email ID. So this is going to be that email ID where people can actually see this email ID, the clients can see, and if in case they have any queries, they'll be able to send a mail to this number. So right now I'm going to just have a sample, say info@abc.com. Okay, and if in case you have a website, so you can just school.com. So I'm just putting it here, and then again click on update contact details. Okay, now again you can also enter a phone number here which would be visible to the client. So in order to do that, again you will have to click here and add the number so that you receive a verification number, and that's how the number would be verified. Then if in case you are connected with Twitter, you can just link the Twitter account here. Tax settings, again, if in case you are registered under GST, just put in your GST number here. Shipping settings are not needed because these settings are in case you are selling some physical product and you need to ship them through InstaMojo. So just keep it off. And the last setting is data and export settings. So here what you need to do is, whenever there are people paying you and at the end of the month you just want to download the whole data, so choose Excel here. Hello. Just hold on. Hi. Was I disconnected in between?
Yes.
Okay, so since when? What was the last topic I discussed? I'll continue it from there.
Taxation started.
Okay. So recently, okay, fine. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me again share my screen. Okay, so as I was saying, the tax part is basically if in case you are registered under GST, this is where you'll have to put up the details like your GST number. Followed by there's a shipping setting. So if in case you are, let me just mute you all again. Okay, so then next is shipping details. So if in case you are selling any kind of physical product, then this is needed so that you can ship them through the InstaMojo shipment. But you don't have to keep this on, you can just simply keep it off. And then the how you extract the information. So at the end of the month, when you want to download the whole information of how many clients have paid you, what is the amount that paid, the date, everything. So you can simply click on Excel, so that whenever you download this information would be downloaded in an Excel sheet. Okay, so now once we have set up the profile, now you can also see that the logo which I had uploaded is being seen here. Okay, now all you need to do is simply wait for 2 days till the time InstaMojo verifies your document, and then they give you an approval. Okay, now once you're done with this, you will have to start collecting the payments, okay, by creating different links. So what I'm going to do now is I'll sign out from this account, and because this is yet to get verified, we won't be able to create any links. I'll sign in in my InstaMojo account, so that I'll be able to show you. Okay, so now this is my dashboard. Just hold on. Yeah, so now this is my dashboard. Okay, oh, just hold on. I have signed in to a different account. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, so this is the payment gateway which I use. Okay, so on the dashboard you will be able to see the kind of payments I've received in the last 30 days, okay, through this payment gateway. Now, to start with, I'm going to show you how you can create a payment link. Now there are two options here. Either you collect a random amount. So for example, if there's a parent who is yet to pay you the last installment, okay, which is an amount of 10,000 rupees, you will be able to create an individual link for this 10,000 amount separately. Or you can also go to add product, okay, and add a product. Okay, so you can choose a physical product here, and you can choose the title as playgroup. Okay, but I'm not going to suggest you this, okay, because then the amount will be fixed. So right now what we'll do is we'll go back to the dashboard, and I'll show you how to create a payment link. So click on create payment link. Okay, now there are two options. You can either click a quick link or a smart link. So under the smart link, there are multiple options wherein it's kind of an advanced payment link wherein you can change the color, the font, you can add a picture. Okay, yeah, am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just thought of checking because I thought I shouldn't get disconnected. Okay, fine. So now you can explore this because it's an ad. There are a few added features here, like once the client makes a payment, you can then send him an email. So that all can be done in the smart link. Right now I'll show you how to create a quick link. So for example, there's an amount of 10,000 rupees which needs to be collected from a parent. Okay, now you can have mention the purpose of payment as a fee balance, or you can say that balance fee for whatever the name of the child is, say Arav. Okay, and then put in the amount and simply click on create. Okay, done. So now there's a link which you've got, and this link can simply be shared with the parent through an email, through WhatsApp, through SMS, anyhow. Okay. Now I'll also show you what happens when someone clicks this link. Okay. So I'll just copy this link and I'll open. I'm going to paste this link here. So when the parent clicks this payment link, this is how it will appear. Okay, so now it says that the payment is you are paying to preschool coach. So here your school name is going to appear because you've registered as your school name, and the purpose of payment is shows as balance fee for Arav. Okay, the amount. Now what the parent needs to do is first mention his name, okay, and then put in an email ID. Okay, I'm just putting it as a test email right now, and then they'll have to put in their mobile number. So these are the three information which the parent or the client will have to compulsorily put, without which they won't be able to go ahead. Once they do this, then they click next. Okay, now there are multiple ways through which the parent can make you. Now see, before I go ahead, I just want to show you here. Now, when you're collecting 10,000 rupees, okay, InstaMojo is going to charge a convenience fees of that 3% as well as 3 rupees. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can reduce this fees. Okay, so I wouldn't suggest you any parent or any client who should pay this 2,230 rupees extra, okay, because it's a huge amount. At the end of the session, I'm going to tell you how you can reduce this fees. Okay, so as of now, let's find out what are the different ways through which a parent can pay. So the parent can either scan this code and make the payment through any of the payment apps they have. Okay, you can also have more options here. So now when you click on more options, it gives you an option to make payment through credit card, through a debit card, net banking, EMI, wallets as in the all these Paytm and all. And there's an option also of pay later. Okay, but that is only for those parents who have registered on the EasyPay. So let's not discuss. What I wanted to majorly discuss with you is the EMI option. As I told you, in the current situation, there might be parents who are not in a position to pay the whole 10,000 rupees, okay, that you're asking them. In that case, the whole 10,000 amount can be converted into an EMI option, okay, when they click EMI. So now there are multiple bank options here, okay. Before that, let me tell you, when you're opting for an EMI option, when the parent is opting for an EMI option and he's choosing, say, a 3 installment option, okay, and you're collecting 10,000, as soon as he opts for the EMI option and he pays the amount, you as a vendor, you as a school owner, you are going to get the whole 10,000 rupees to your account. Okay, so that amount is not going to get split into 3 and reach you. You will be getting the whole payment as it is. The balance, the installments would be collected by the credit card, by the bank from the client. Okay, so now if you see, there are multiple bank options here. Okay, so if in case your parents, okay, or the client is having one of these credit cards, okay, and I guess there are almost most of the brands they have covered. So ICICI Bank, Axis, Standard Chartered, Kotak, HSBC, Yes Bank, okay, and they keep on adding. So 2 months before there were only 4 banks. Now they have around 9 banks listed. So gradually they keep on adding the banks. So you can actually offer the parent and the client or the client to pay you through these following credit cards. Now, depending on the credit card they choose, they will be able to choose the EMI option. For example, when you are collecting 10,000 rupees, and if the parent is having an ICICI credit card and they want to convert that whole amount into a 12 months EMI, okay, obviously there would be some interest which the bank would charge, as the credit card company would charge. So they'll get an EMI option of paying 900 119 rupees per month for the next 12 months. But at the end of the year, they'll be ending up paying 11,000 rupees. So this works the same way as whenever you opt for a loan. Okay, so there's an interest amount. So if you're taking 10,000 rupees and you're paying it in installments, you will have to pay the additional interest. Okay, but then this interest has nothing to do with you. So as soon as the parent makes the payment, you receive the whole amount in your bank account in the next 3 days, and then the EMIs are collected from the parent by the bank. Similarly, there are multiple banks, so different interest rates. Now, if you see, Standard Chartered is also offering a 24 months EMI option. Okay, so it depends on bank. It also offers an 18 months EMI option. Depends on the bank, which bank you choose. Okay, but then at least you are able to give the parent an option of converting the whole fees into a EMI option. Okay, so this is the best part which I like. Now in my case as well, because of this lockdown, there are so many, there is a situation wherein I am not able to ask my clients for the payments. Okay, so this option has really worked well for me. So for the client and for me, both of us, it's a win-win situation. And I think surely this will also help you in collecting the payments, because I hear from a lot of people that there are a lot of parents who are yet to pay the last installment. Okay, so you can use this system even to collect the pending payments as well as for the new. So for example, if you're collecting of the playgroup fees, which is of say 30,000 from the parent for the month of June. Okay, now you give them a payment link with 30,000 amount and let them convert it into an EMI option. Okay, so if they're paying in EMI, at least what happens is you get the full 30,000. So you don't have to wait and follow up for the payment. Okay, once they make the EMI option payment, you get the whole amount, the full money, and then the bank keeps following up with them. The credit card company will follow up with them to recover the EMIs. Okay, so there's no headache of following up with the parent and continuously asking them for the payment. Okay, yeah. Now the very most important thing, I don't want you guys to pay 4% or 3% as the interest, as well as the 3 rupees per transaction charge. Okay, so now because I have collected a lot of amount from InstaMojo throughout my business in the last 3 years, they have made me an authorized partner. Okay, so basically what happens here is, if I am eligible, okay, so whoever signs up for the InstaMojo account, and I can actually reduce their percentage. Okay, so right now, if InstaMojo is charging you 3%, okay, I can completely bring it down to 1.8%. Okay, so for example, when you're collecting 100 rupees, if I reduce your commission percentage from 3% to 1.8, okay, that means instead of paying 3 rupees as commission, you are paying only 1.8 rupees. Okay, and the additional 3 rupees per transaction charge, I'll just open up this sheet. Okay, yeah, so now this is the basic InstaMojo fees, but if in case you're signing up and letting me know, I can actually reduce this fees to 1.8% plus 0 rupees as setup fees, as a one-time transaction fees. Okay, so ultimately this will make a lot of difference. So for example, if you are collecting 100 rupees, the client will be charged additionally 1.8 rupees. Okay, plus they'll be charged 0 rupees as transaction fee, because I am a partner, I'll be able to reduce that amount for you. I'll be able to make that 3 rupees as 0 and the 3% to 1.8%. Okay, now, so ultimately the amount that you collect from the parent, okay, is only going to be 101 rupees and 80 paise. Okay, so definitely this will make a lot of difference when you're collecting a big amount. Okay, so why pay 3% when you're able to get the same at 1.8%, and at the same time you're getting so much of facilities in terms of the credit card payment, the EMI option, the net banking. Okay, so I think if you want me to reduce this percentage, just ensure that once you are signed up for the InstaMojo account, as soon as you've completed the signing up process, not the verification process, but just the sign up process, you send me the email ID with which you have signed up for this, for the InstaMojo payment gateway, and from the backend, I'll be able to reduce the fees. Okay, so I think I am sure this was really helpful for you, and I am now going to just unmute you all, so that if in case you have any kind of questions, you can just shoot them up. Yeah, hi. So I hope you all are, let me see, there's some chat that happened. Okay, so let me take up questions. Okay, I hope I'm audible now. So Archana has asked me who will have to pay 1.8. Okay, see, as I told you, under the settings, if you're transferring this InstaMojo fee towards the client, if you're keeping that button switched on, then InstaMojo would be. Can others put their microphones on mute?
Yeah.
So suppose, as I'll again give you the example of 100 rupees. Suppose if you are making a link of 100 rupees and sending it to the parent, and if you've kept that button on, okay, so then the InstaMojo will collect 101.8 rupees from the client. Okay, and by the time it transfers this amount to your account, they'll deduct their fees 1.8 and transfer the 100 rupees to your account. But if you're not putting this load on the client, then InstaMojo will only collect 100 rupees and it will deduct 1.8 rupees from that 100 rupees and transfer the balance amount to you. Okay. So it completely depends on you if you want to put that commission burden on the parent. If you feel that the parent will be paying it, you transfer it to them. Otherwise, you bear it. Okay. So the next question, I think. Okay. I don't know who this is, but Sanket, thank you very much. It was very useful. Yeah, thanks. And this link and all process will be done by school. Yeah. So school as in, yeah. So as a preschool owner, you will have to get registered yourself on the InstaMojo, and then obviously the owner of the school will have to do all this. Any more questions? Okay, so I think there are no. Okay, are there any kind of questions you have, or should I then just disconnect the session? Why parents will pay through EMI if they have an option of being waiver? Sorry, Swati, I didn't get your question. Okay, before that, I'll just take up this question from Archana. Okay, is it safe to write bank password? See, they are nowhere asking you to put in your bank password. Okay, yeah, what they want is just the bank account number, the IFSC code. Okay, they are nowhere asking you for the internet banking password, nothing. For the parent, obviously, when they choose a net banking option or whatever, then it would be a regular process as even if you are buying something on Amazon, okay, and you have to enter your bank details, and then through internet banking you make the payment. So is going to be similar for the parent, but for you, there's no need of putting in any kind of a bank password or anything. Okay. Then the second question is from Swati: why parents will pay through EMI if they have an option of being waiver? So, Swati, I think can you just elaborate this question, because I didn't get it. Why? Who is going to waive off the fees? So I didn't get this question. Followed by Sania says thanks. Thanks, Sania. Okay, so now here. Okay, Archana, you are saying they ask password to see. Okay, so see, this password is there are some banks, when you download the bank statement, so they send it along with the password. Okay.
Even I have.
Correct. So if in that case, when you upload this document, okay, you will have to upload this document along with the password, because otherwise
My query exactly was that only. If I am putting password over there to see the all documents, so is it safe?
Not all documents. You are just putting in the password so that InstaMojo will be able to see
Bank.
the PDF, right? The bank statement. So it's completely safe, and that's the part of the KYC. So there's no way out of it. Anywhere, even if you are getting yourself registered for some other agency, okay, these are the basic steps they'll have to do for verification. So I've been using this for 3 years and it's very safe. Now there's one more question. This is Bautik Knight. What about GST? I am in discount offer 1.8 GST will be there. Discount offer. So, Bautik, can you just speak and elaborate this question, because I'm not able to get it.
Hi Sanket, this is Bautik here. Can you hear me?
Hi Bautik. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Sanket, as you told before, there was a 3% process. 3 rupees process fees and plus GST, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So after you explain me, as you explained, like from 3% to you will reduce to 1.08%.
1.08. It is 1.8. So it's going to be 1.8%, not 1.08.
Sorry, 1.8%, and processing fees will be reduced. Processing fees will be not there, right?
Yeah, that 3 rupees which they call it as a transaction fee. So on every transaction, even if you're collecting 100 rupees or 10,000 rupees, generally they charge 3 rupees per transaction, which I'll be able to reduce it to 0.
Okay. And after that, GST is there in 1.8.
No. So that GST will be charged on that additional commission. So for example, when you collect 100 rupees and 1.8 rupees is what fees InstaMojo is charging, that
Right.
18% will be charged on that 1.8%, not on the whole 100.
Okay.
So, because see, for InstaMojo, this 1.8 rupees is their revenue, okay, and
Right.
they have to pay the GST on that revenue. So they'll charge you 18% GST on that 1.8.
1.8.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now I'm having a question from Grishma. Grishma says that I did 5 steps of registration, but then what do? I can collect till 10,000. Till that I have. Okay. So now see, Grishma, in some cases, InstaMojo allows you to collect up to 10,000 rupees, even if when you are not verified the documents. Okay. Now once you get your documents verified, this limit of 10,000 rupees per month, I think, will be removed. So it will take another 2 days to get your documents verified, and then this 10,000 limit will be removed. Those who will be signing up recently, I think they will not even get this 10,000 limit. they will be only able to start collecting payments once they have verified their documents.
But then Sanket, how do I log in again to see? Because that has gone. No? How?
Acha. Okay. So next time whenever you log into InstaMojo, on the top end you will see a message which either says that your documents are under verification, or if they are already verified, it will say that okay, welcome to the full experience of InstaMojo. Or the third option, if they are not verified, you will anyways receive a mail and a notification which says that your documents are not verified. Okay. So whenever you log in next, you will see that message on the top of the dashboard.
Okay.
And as I said, when you log in, there's always a chat window in InstaMojo. So you can, if in case of any queries in terms of the documents, you can simply start a chat with live chat with them, and they assist you within a few seconds.
Okay.
So any other questions? Okay. So anyways, thanks everyone. I'll do one thing. I'll upload this session on YouTube as well. Okay, and so that if in case someone has missed or someone has missed on taking up any points, they can always see this session again. And as I said, what I want you to do is I'll give you an email ID, okay, which is ask@preschoolcoach.in. Ask. I'll just mention it here in the chat window. Okay, so once you've registered your account on InstaMojo, simply send me a mail, okay, with the email ID that you have used, okay, for registering for the InstaMojo, so that from my end I'll be able to reduce the percentage. Okay, and you can also, I'll just put in one mobile number. Okay, so you can also text me, you can also WhatsApp me it to me on this number. Okay, most of you have my number, so either you send me a mail or you send me the send a WhatsApp with the email ID that you've used to, just the email ID. I don't need anything else like your password or nothing. Simply the email ID, and I'll help you in getting the percentage reduced. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I'll definitely come up with a few more sessions like these. Okay. And see you soon. Bye for now.